All right, pork ribs here. Sitting in that marinade, that pineapple juice, that coconut milk, the cilantro. Whew, all those flavors. I gotta pat these dry first. So simply, pour that in. Get all that goodness in there, that coconut milk, the pineapple juice. Get this onto an open flame and just let it get thick. Let it bubble away. That's gonna be my base for the ribs later on. Now I wanna towel down my ribs. Why am I gonna do that? Don't want any of these sugars burning once it hits the grill. Just put all that stuff off to the side. Time to build some smoke pouches. Got some apple wood here. Jim and I are both using apple wood. Now apple wood's a perfect match for pork and for salmon. I've got my wet apple chips and I've got my dried stuff. Now my wet, I'm gonna use 2 parts wet because this is gonna slow down that burning. I don't want it to burn off all at once. So you wanna get that in there. 1 part dry. The dry is gonna act as a tinder. This will start the burning right away. But the wet, slow it down, make it all burn evenly. Pull that up. Poke a few holes, because the more holes, the more smoke. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Let's build another one. Smoke pouches are done. Time to barbecue. I came out a little earlier, turned my grill on. I wanted to crank it to super high heat here. Smoke pouch, apple wood. Gonna get all that flavor because I'm gonna be cooking these ribs with indirect heat. So, close my lid, wait for smoke, then I put those ribs on. Man, are they gonna be great. Oh, I can just smell the apple wood in the air. Wow, this is great stuff. I gotta work pretty quickly here. I don't wanna lose all my smoke, so I wanna get my oil and just wipe down my grill. Now, the difference between barbecuing in the wintertime and in the summertime is that in the summertime, you got all that heat, everything's gonna stay nice and hot. Wintertime, everything's gonna cool down on you. So, henceforth, you gotta go a little bit longer. So I'm gonna smoke these for about 3 hours. In about an hour and a half, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna change these smoke pouches. I got my temperature at around 250 degrees Fahrenheit, 125 degrees Celsius. But in an hour and a half, come back, change the smoke pouch, all that flavor, all that smell. Oh, this is gonna be great. Hey, Jim, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Rob, what's going on?
Hey, you know, they say the size of a man's toys often reflects that male's hidden insecurities, you know?
Man, I think anybody who's comfortable, as I am, running around in long johns in public, you know, has no problems with confidence.
Right. My ribs have been on for about an hour and a half. I got to change my smoke pouch now. It's all spent. It means it's all dead. Got to get it out of here. Now look at the color on this baby. Woo! They started off a little pale. Oh, I can smell the spice.
I'm just gonna grab a taste.
Not yet, my friend.
Man.
They're not cooked yet. About an hour and a half, these things are gonna be ready. The fat's just dripping down to the bone. Oh, these are gonna be great when we go to munch on them. Anyways, I gotta get out of here.
Are you cold? Well, this is a little old school. Like, how often do you get an opportunity to really smoke with charcoal? So the first thing I gotta do is get the briquettes in the bottom here. Now to light them, I could use an electric starter, but I think I'm gonna use, I'll use some of this barbecue fluid. I'm gonna have to watch my eyebrows, you know, I don't wanna look like a circus guy. So I'm gonna squeeze that around. You gotta be fairly generous with this because you really gotta get it to burn and dinner's gotta be ready for the poker game. So I got that stacked, I got that fueled up, and now it's time to lose some eyebrows. So I'm gonna lean back just a little bit. I feel like Jimi Hendrix in concert. So now we gotta let it burn down for about 45 minutes. What we really wanna do is burn off that fuel and get the charcoal kind of white and perfect. That'll be a great temperature to throw on our smoke in the pan and get smoking. All right, let's get ready to smoke. Oh, good. You can see that smoke coming up. Those coals must be just about ready. Now, if this has been marinating, I have the apples and the ginger, the maple syrup, the black pepper, and the apples and the ginger have done their work, and I wanna get that off and get this salmon onto the rack and get it ready for the smoker. Get that in there. All set. So that's good. So the next thing we have to do is get our charcoal all set. Woo! Oh, perfect. See how they're nice and gray? We don't want this too hot. This is fish, but we don't want to cook it instantly. We want to take a little bit of time. So we're going to put the ring in. And this is what our smoke bowl is going to sit on. There we go. Now we've got our chips that have been soaking. 1 part dry, 2 part wet. And I'm going to use the manual straining technique. That feels kind of goopy. I think I'm gardening in the winter here. So we've got the wet in there. Now we're going to add a little dry. Oh, you know, this applewood is incredible. Now the secret mystery ingredient is a little bit of Kentucky bourbon. I'm going to pour that in. You know, this is going to bring the wild animals in. So we've got the smoke ring in here. We're just going to pop this on top. Look at that. It looks amazing already. I'd eat the wood chips. So we've got the salmon on the rack. We've got the smoke ready. Got the vents open. We're good. Pop this on top. Size matters. It's the biggest barbecue. That's what I'm seeing. And the top goes on. Going to go about 45 minutes, and that is going to be incredible. And look. Check out all the smoke. Whoa, is that incredible? Oh, it smells so good. Just gonna close that up, adjust my vents, so I don't want it burning too hot.
Hey, Nanu Nanu boy!
Okay.